So I got the Vader 5 Pro, the $80 pretty much elite controller destroyer. Not sent out to me to do a video on. I bought this myself because, well, the brand just never sent it out to me. I even reached out about it. I don't know what's going on there. I'm still doing the video anyways because I wanted a controller and I know you guys didn't want to see it. So let's hop into the video. So coming right out of the box, you are going to get the controller and things with it. I mean, it's a pretty simple unboxing for the most part. You get the controller, you get the cable, you get the dongle, and you get two paddles. The paddles are kind of blended in with that case there. So just be careful, black on black. I don't know. Don't throw them away. You make sure you pull them out of the case and you'll be good to go. And they are super easy to slide on. I'll just show you real quick right here overhead. If you want to, you can just slide them down pretty much. So it'll slide off like so. And if you don't want them on there, you don't have to have them on. You can just have two of them. But for me, I want them on here. So I'll just take it, pull it, slide it in, and you're done. Super simple and easy to do. And the only thing that doesn't come with it in the case is going to be the charging dock. Now the charging dock, you can buy this one right here is for the Vader. This is for the Flydigi Apex 5 that I got from them. And this actually fits perfectly fine. You would just plug in your dongle in the back of this and then you can transfer it in. I will say, go ahead and throw this out there now. When I had the dongle plugged up in the back of this going through my Thunderbolt, by the way, it's a Thunderbolt docking. It's not a freaking little piece of crap one. It's a $300 Thunderbolt. I was having my controllers wigging out on me. Oh, my controller's screwed up. My controller's screwed up. Oh my gosh, I'm spinning in circles. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh my gosh, I'm spinning in circles. What the crap? I need help. I need help. Like it worked, and then sometimes I would just start spinning in circles. I would lose connection altogether. It worked for a while, no problem, and all of a sudden these issues just popped up on it. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's because it's passing through the docking here into the Thunderbolt and then the Thunderbolt in there. I hooked up the dongle straight to the computer. I haven't had an issue since. I haven't tested it. I'll be completely honest with you. I just haven't tested it with this yet straight to the computer because honestly, I just don't have many more ports available to do that with. But I'll see if I can't find something, and if I have any issues or anything like that, I'll do like a short or I'll update you guys in a post or something on my YouTube. Speaking of that, if you're not following me to see this kind of post and stuff, make sure you are so you can see updates and stuff if I don't decide to do a full new video on the product, especially if it's just a small update like that. All right, so let's get into the build quality. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to compare it. I'm going to put this up against the Vader Pro 4 for a second here, and just so we can kind of get an idea and see exactly what we're looking at here. Here is the Vader 4 Pro beside the Vader 5 Pro. They are very similar in design and look. There are some features that are completely different on them, and we're gonna look at them right now. The first one I will notice is the D-pad on the Vader 4 Pro. They're just a little bit different as in the way they look. So here's the Vader 5, as you can see here. And the Vader 4 is right there. They look similar, but they're very, slight differences you can kind of tell there. This is dirty, by the way. Other things on it is the grips on the back of them. These are rubber. These are plastic, where these are actually like a rubber texture to them. So they do feel a little bit more premium in the hand, almost kind of like an elite controller or something like that. I do like them. And you can tell they go all the way up right here, where they actually stop right here underneath the screw for the controller itself. So just FYI there. Other differences is you cannot use this controller with the old docking stations for the controller. I have a docking station for the Vader 4, but you can see the differences right there. The pins for the charging, Vader 4 is on the bottom, and the back of the Vader 5, that's where the pins are, and it's 2 versus 3 as well. So it's just completely different all the way around for charging wise on it. So that's why you do need a new charging dock. Unfortunately, which kind of sucks. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't have just kept the same. I guess because they added buttons at the bottom here, and I guess they couldn't. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm guessing here. But in any case, it still sucks. You have to buy a new freaking docking station if you had the Vader 4 Pro. So the other thing on here too is you can tell if I turn on the controller, The RGB is at the top of the Vader 4 Pro, where it's at the bottom of the Vader 5, and it's a little bit longer and stuff like that. And then the home buttons and stuff are placed on the bottom of the Vader 5 versus here, which kind of talks, we just kind of briefly mentioned with the pins and stuff for the charging ports. Okay, so the other thing on here is if you want to use this for cell phone and stuff, you can use these with the cell phone right here. Is they sell them, you can put them on here and extend them, you're out, and you plug your phone up to it and stuff like that, or connect it to where you can kind of, while you're playing it, watch it and stuff and play on here. They have it on the Vader 5 full 5. It's just hidden. It's actually under here. Let me pop it off for you real quick. So here it is. Here is hidden, like I said it was. This little cover, I'll be honest with you, is a little bit more difficult than I would have liked it to be able to take off, but it does finally come off. You probably have to take it off a few times. It will be easier to take off. I can hear it click, and that's probably what it is. It is either just taking it off one time made it much easier to take off now, because I had to use something to pry it before. Now I don't have to, it doesn't look like, so that's nice. Okay, cool. Moving on. Okay, so we do have the FORCEFLEX joysticks in here. That is something that Flydigi really just kind of taken over the market with and stuff. They're just completely different, and they're different for a good reason. I've never had an issue with these joysticks on the Vader 4 Pro, and it's the same for the Vader 5 Pro. Now, let me take a step back. I want to kind of step back in time a little bit here, because while I did not get one of the pre-releases of this controller and I never got a controller sent to me, I went and did some research on the controllers themselves. There are 2 versions of the Vader 5 Pro. This is very, very important. I want to point this out because if you order one of these now, you need to make sure you get the newer version. I've had people even comment asking, how do you know if you get the new version or not? Or how do you know you're going to get the new version? I'll be completely honest with you. I don't. I just took my chances with it and ordered it. And I'll be completely honest with you. I believe that the older version of the Vader 5 Pro should be completely off the market. If it is not off the market yet, shame on Vader, shame on Flydigi for not taking it off, because there were so many different issues with that controller when it was released. I can see why I might not have been given that controller, because it probably would have been tore apart by me. But there are lots of upgrades that they did do. They did get right. I would assume you're not going to get an old one. I don't know that though, because I didn't see that official statement from Flydigi saying that they're not doing the old versions no more. They could have made a bunch of these and are just trying to sell them. I don't know. Again, hopefully not. But in any case, you'll know how you got the new ones because of the stick tensioners. This is going to be a big giveaway. I'm going to go overhead and show you. So the stick tensioners here, so on the old V1 version, they were just normal like the Vader Force, but the problem was they would loosen up. This was a huge problem. A lot of people were complaining about this and stuff. So Flydigi actually came in, and what they did, I'll take this off so we can see, is it made it a ratchet almost system in it, so you'll know it's tightened down. It's a little mechanism. It's clicking into place, so it can't move. And you'll know, I'm gonna kind of hold it up here to my mic. You can hear it clicking back and forth and going around and stuff like that. That's how you know for a fact you have one of the newer models, because the older model didn't have that, and because of that, it would loosen up. So that is the very first thing I would check if I'm you pulling it out of the box. I can't tell you to send it back to Amazon, but I can tell you if I would have received it, I would have sent it back to Amazon and asked for another one until I got the right one, or I just wouldn't have used it. That's just me personally. Take that for what it is. Since I took the control-free cap off, I might as well tell you what fits on here. It's going to be the Xbox control fits. It fits right on there perfectly fine. PlayStation 5 is way too big for this, so Xbox goes on pretty good. It actually goes on a little too easy. It's almost too small for the Xbox, but it's still small enough. Xbox is the smallest ones they have, so they do pretty good. So just take that for what it's worth. If you're going back to this, you do have the tension rings on here, like I talked about before. For just reference wise, 40, I guess it's 40, however you say, force grant, however you say it, all the way to 100. So I'll just tell you how I run with my controllers, and if you want to FPS style games, I run with this one completely tight all the way down. That just gives me most best accuracy and most precision aiming with this, especially with the control freak on here. And I have this, I don't have it all the way down. I think it's a little too loose when it's all the way down. It doesn't really matter for this one, but I have it, you know, I think I have it about 5 or something. I just kind of spun it and it felt okay there. So halfway up, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do real quick here is we're on Xbox, GamePadTester.net or whatever it is, .com. Yeah, GamePadHardwareTester.com. It's GamePad Tester. Anyways, we are here. You can see here it's working. You can see that we are pretty much dead center. I think I have it set. I'll be checking this in the app here in a second. I think I have everything set down to 0 or as small as possible. So I assume that it should be a little bit going on there just because of how sensitive it is and stuff. But everything is set up on here. No issues at all. Everything's working like it's supposed to. No issues at all there at all. So moving on. Okay, now we have it. We're gonna test it real quick wireless wise just to see what the speed is here, and we will see right here. This is absolutely horrible actually. I'm getting all kinds of speeds. What the flip? 8, 8, 7. Like this is no, there's no way. This is what I'm getting on this. This is crazy, bro. Okie dokie, I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna show you guys here in a second, but first things first, test. It's much faster now. As you can see here, pulling rate says 400. It's 1,000, whatever. You can see all of it. I have a couple outliers there because, well, I suck at this sometimes, but you can see everything's under a millisecond for the most part. The outliers are definitely gonna be at the top right here when I first started because, well, yeah, it's 1,000. Moving on. Okay, so for the pulling rate, shout out to Vikuda because I had to go look into this and he actually talked about the joysticks in a setting that the rebound. Let me show you, but shout out to you. Appreciate that, Vikuda, always doing that most in-depth. Kevin over there, Gamer Heaven. You guys are the OGs, the elite. But over here, if you come over here to your joysticks and hit settings, right here, you can see you have this rebound algorithm. You want to turn that off. And when you turn that off, it's going to help with your I don't know why I was on it. I literally turned it off a minute ago and it came back on. That's weird. But in any case, it's going to help with your pulling rate. So keep that in mind. Moving on. Okay, so this is the app itself. Now, this is a brand new app. This is definitely the updated app and everything else you can see here. You can pretty much do anything from the app for the most part. These are your onboard configs. These are just, you got 4 different profiles you can pick from and stuff like that. You can set it up and just pretty much everything from the V4 and all the other ones. I don't even have your buttons right here. You can come in here, click on any of the buttons. So you see here, I have this set up here. You could turn turbo on, macro on, special on as well for all this. Like, you can do all this from right here. Just pretty simple and easy to do. Moving on to brightness of the controller. If you want to turn the brightness up, you can. All that good stuff. Vibration intensity, you can turn the vibration test on if you want to, and you could do that. I don't have vibration on in any of my games really, so I would just turn it off personally anyways. Your joysticks are here. I had everything dead zone set to 0. That's why you saw a little bit of movement in there. If I bump this up by 1, it would probably be 0. Right joysticks same way. Gyro, I don't use gyro. And then triggers right here. Now the triggers, you can set these up if you are going to be using you're not going to have the switches on. You can turn this off. You can set these up to be pulling a lot faster if you want to as well. I've done this in the past. I've showed this in the past in other videos and stuff like that. So we'll definitely bypass all that. But super simple, easy to do. Definitely intuitive. You come in here and you can set everything else up if you want to as well. Just coming through and then firmware updates and all that is right here. Okay, let's move on to the other stuff on the controller itself. I have the Vader 4 sitting here. There's a lot of its difference. The other differences on it is going to be the back buttons and stuff here. They did a much better job on the back buttons on here. As you can see here, you did get the 2 joysticks, and you also get just the button placement. How they feel in the hand, it's just much more comfortable in my personal opinion for gaming, longer gaming sessions and stuff like that. I feel like I can hold this controller much longer. I personally have no issue with the rockers on here myself. I played with them a lot and just got used to them. I'm just able to move my fingers back and forth, as you can just kind of see there. That's just kind of how I played. I didn't go like this or anything weird. I just pushed my finger back and forth to hit the button I wanted to hit. But I do like these a lot much better. You do have the extra buttons up top too. You don't have those on the Vader 4. You right here 2 extra buttons. They're not tactile or anything like that, but they work. They're there. I like using them. I use them a lot in the Call of Duty and stuff like that. And you do have the C and Z here. I personally never use these buttons, if I'm being completely honest with you. Comment below if you use them, what you use them for. Maybe I'll change my mind and start using them myself. And then you do have your XYZ buttons here, XYBA, which are tactile themselves. They feel really good. They're easy to press. There is some movement in it if you do look a little closely there. It's not too bad, but it's not perfect either. They could probably tighten that down a little bit more, but they're pretty good. They feel good. The 8-way D-pad rocker here, it feels pretty good. There are reports of double clicking in the D-pad itself. People are having reports of that. I haven't had it because I don't usually use it. I'll just be completely honest with you. I'm pretty much to the joysticks and the extra buttons. I don't even use the XYBA button as much. So there's that. Now on the top here, you do have the right and left bumpers. Of course, they have the stipple on them, as you can see here, or the gripple if you've been on the channel for a long time. And you can see they are actuatable all the way across, me just kind of pressing it. And so however you hold them is gonna actuate all the way across. They feel really good, easy to press as well. And then you do have your triggers right here. If I turn off the trigger stops on here, you can see here, I do have an all the way pull. And you can kind of see it's even a translucent kind of trigger to it, which is pretty cool looking. And then if you turn it on, which is what I have it on all the time, you get that nice little clicky sounding, which sounds amazing. I love the way these triggers sound. I've always has. I mean, they're the same as in the Vader 4 Pro. They sound really pretty much the same. Don't fix what's not broken kind of thing, I think they went with, and I'm perfectly fine with that. This does work with PC, Android, iPhone, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox. Yeah, that's right. It does work with Xbox. I'm gonna show you how to use it right now. This is the Brooks 3 adapter. I purchased this a little while back. This is the first time I used it. The very first time I plugged in the dongle of this into the Xbox, and immediately came on. Had no issues there at all using that. So if you want to purchase the Brooks 3 adapter, I'll make sure I'll link that along with the controller down in the description below. And you're seeing some game footage right now with me of the Xbox and stuff, just so you know I'm being 100%. I didn't notice any delays with it either. A lot of people ask it, hey, is there a noticeable delay? No, I did not, no noticeable delay. So I would assume it's probably right at around the 250 mark, to be completely honest with you. Worst case, it would be at like the 125 mark, which would be the Elite controller. These are at 125 hertz. I think it's faster, just the way it feels and stuff and plays with. But this is a $150 controller with everything on it versus an $80 controller, plus the Brooks adapter, which I think is another $50. So you will pay more upfront for a setup like this with the Brooks adapter, but the Brooks adapters allow you to play with other controllers versus not just this controller. You can pretty much play with all kinds of different controllers and stuff on there. So that might be worth looking into if you want to play with third-party controllers on the Xbox. Don't get in trouble by doing that. So at the end of the day, the Vader 5 Pro I don't mind it. I think it's a pretty good controller. I will be pretty much using this over any other controller that I'm using right now. I used the Vader 4 Pro for a while. I was starting to have some issues with connectivity and stuff near the end of the life cycle there. I got quite a bit of use out of that controller, so this will be taking it. I was using the Razer controller for a little bit. wasn't my favorite controller, wasn't a bad controller, but I feel like this controller is definitely going to just replace them. Stay right here on my desk where my other controllers used to sit, and I'll be using this from here on out until something better comes along, of course. Now, I did not check out the Vader 5S for the Xbox controller. If you want to see a video specifically on that controller, I can do that. I would assume it's going to be a lot of the same features minus the wireless, because I think it is wired on the Xbox if I remember correctly. But in any case, we can still check that controller out. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure you check out the controller in the description below, because it does help support the channel. So hopefully that helps you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, peace and love.